All right, I'm gonna go ahead and answer this question, okay? I had a lady send me a private email, and she said that she listens to me very, very diligently and closely, and she does not get how people, if they really truly listen to me, how they really don't hear me. But her question is this: she said, "Pastor Dowell, you made a statement on the video. You said there's not too many young women of marriageable age that actually turn down marriage. Can you please explain?" And of course, she told me with her age. I mean, I guess 38 is still old, or still young, excuse me. But I said, when you look at women in their 20s or something like that, and especially if they get older in life, and they realize that their clock is ticking. And that's the one thing that men have to understand about women. If you got a woman that's single, she's 35 years old, and she doesn't have a family, her clock is ticking, and you better believe me, she's looking for something. If she can't find what she's looking for as far as in a man, she's looking for a baby. I promise you that. Most women have made a mistake rather than actually in their early youthful years choosing that which is right, being married, being a good wife, a chase keeper at home, bearing children and guiding the house, which is the highest calling in the universe. Most of them, rather than choosing that, chose to either go to school, be promiscuous, or run around like a chicken with their head cut off, be turned by more men than anybody can turn a doorknob, have all kind of DNA inserted up in them, thereby making themselves whores, but they're not whores if they use birth control and they go out and they get abortions and everything else, and if they had disease, if they get a cure from it or something like that, they're not considered whores. And the reason being is because that's the way that the society runs. Ooh, a nail in a row. Ooh. That's the way the society runs, and that's the social stigma. But as long as they can look clean on the outside while they're filthy and dirty as hell on the inside. And of course, I told many, many people today, especially this young woman, that whenever you get too many men inserting themselves into you having sex with them and stuff, it messes up your whole psychological composition. It messes you up royally. Because you end up, in essence, becoming the men who have placed themselves inside of you, or you allow them to come in. You're only designed for one man, and that's the way it's designed. And, unless something happens to that man, or if, like the American society has things and stuff, and of course, it's all screwed up, and I ain't going to get in that subject. But I know I digress a few times, but there's not many women that's going to turn down men, especially at a young age. I see it all the time in the ministry. And of course, if you would see the type of marriages that I put together, and when I say I put together, meaning that I have oversight over the things that they're doing, both male and female, along with, first of all, with the father. I never go past the father. But we've learned over the years how to adjudicate things, how to do things, how to counsel things with younger people so they don't make the same mistakes as older people, and they can actually have a very enjoyable life, a beautiful family life, and then they have something to pour into their children, unlike this wicked and perverted generation that we live in right now. The beauty of it all is that you get a beautiful family, you get a people who are Yah-fearing, and they have something they can pass down to their families. But because there's not too many of them that turn down marriage and stuff, many of them put themselves and place themselves because of the lack of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in an abusive situation, because they're not discerning. The Bible preaches and teaches about a man actually really truly like your father, being able to discern some of these wicked people that actually want to approach you when it concerning marriage. Because think about it, I'm 50 something years old, okay, and I can discern both male and female if someone is good for you or not. I really truly am. After all, I'm a pretty good judge of cattle. I'm a pretty good judge of being able to tell if this one is a good one or a bad fit, just by sitting down and even talking to them. Sometimes I can discern right off the bat. And of course, I'm not deceived by all of the things that people say when they speak all these great swelling words of vanity in order to allure men and draw people away. I'm not so easily enticed. I'm not so easily deceived. I actually check people, and if I'm dealing with a young man, I deal with him hard, straight up. especially if he's a hard-working young man. I'll give you an example. You know, I've always taken care of my duties and my responsibilities when it comes to my family. Even when I got out of the military, I worked three jobs to make sure that the vision that I already had in mind, just from reading that word, the dream that I had in mind, just from reading the word of Yah, I made sure. I made sure that it come to pass. And the way it come to pass was because I worked three jobs, busted my tail, paid off all the debt, was able to save money, never took any of the tithes and offers for my own personal gain and good, and I actually saved it, and as a result, I was able to purchase this land. Well, here we are now, 20-something years later. You all see the community we have. It's a beautiful community in a set-apart place in the middle of nowhere. And we're raising beautiful families that are coming up. And I will tell you, the people that live on the community are a whole lot different than the people in the world. You know the reason why? Because we have set that aside. We have set that apart. We have made it so, I'm trying to keep that win, you know what I mean? We have made it so that we minimize the influences of the world from us, because we're seeking a set apart holy lifestyle and to raise and rear our children that way, so that our children could get married to the other tribe's children, and then, because we all know what we all believe, because we're all in the same ministry. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing when you see what's being developed here. I'll give an example. When you look at my daughter Erica, when you look at her and what she's done by following my every single command, lead. Now here she is, a young woman, 2 children now, married to a hard-working young man in the faith, who happens to be the elder, head of assembly. And the grandbabies are just beautiful. They really, truly are. Something to really, truly be envious of. And because a lot of people, I can't understand for the life of me, why wouldn't they want that? Why wouldn't you want a family that is at peace? A home where there's no contention, no screaming and hollering, where there's total respect. The man has respect for his wife. The wife has respect for her husband. And they're just loving each other. They're loving the children. The children are healthy. You can tell that they're not abused. Everybody's happy. Who would not want that today? It just don't make any sense to me. Who would not want that type of family structure and lifestyle? But I'm telling you right now, it's going to cost you, though. What it's going to cost you is you're going to make up your mind. Are you going to continue to keep going out here, taking the stripes of this world? I don't know what this wind is doing. That's why I'm trying to move around. Are you going to continue to keep going out there, taking the stripes of this world, the abuses of this world, and then only end up later on alone, by yourself, divorced, remarried 4, 5, 6 times, 4, 5, 8, 9 children and stuff scattered apart, and men using, abusing and stuff, getting beat up, whipped, abandoned, forsaken, hated, despised, rejected? You can preserve yourself from a lot of that if you just actually serve the Most High Yah. I mean, really, it's just that simple. But you know, it's amazing. We live a quiet and peaceable life, yet the people out there have made us the enemy of all enemies. You know, I sit here and I look, just right there, home paid for. Home paid for, right over there, home paid for. And I can do this all over this land right here, all because of the vision of one man right here. And then having faithful brothers to help make sure that this vision, and faithful sisters and wives and mothers to make sure that this vision come true. I thank each and every last one of them for their labor of love. And then especially those who are here with us now, I thank them for their labor of love, because you know what? It's been a benefit. And they're being a light to all these people in the world, especially to the new people that are coming around. And when you come the straight way, you sit down with us, you fellowship with us, it gets contagious. Holiness, being set apart, being at peace, it gets contagious. People want this. I don't blame them either. Beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers. Of course, the prosperity of the Most High Yah and the blessings of Yah is rich, and it has no sorrow. Hope it said something to stimulate thought. Digress 1,000 times, I know it did. Still a good message.